You open Instagram for 10 seconds, and somehow in that 10 seconds, you find out someone from high school bought a house, someone else got promoted, and someone you don't even really talk to anymore just got engaged. And you close the app, and you just sit there. Not sad exactly, just behind. Like everyone got a memo you didn't get. Like there's a version of your 20s that everyone else is living, and you're watching it happen from outside the window. If that's ever happened to you, this is that. I used to think this was just me being dramatic. Like, everyone says comparison is the thief of joy. You've heard that 1,000 times. It's on a poster somewhere, probably. But that phrase never actually stopped me from doing it at 1 a.m. Knowing something is bad for you doesn't make you stop. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you to just stop comparing yourself to people. That's useless advice. What I'm going to do is tell you what actually happened to me, because I think somewhere in there is the actual answer, not the poster version. So there was this one night, and I remember it way too clearly for how small it actually was. I was in bed, scrolling. It was like 11:47, and I remember checking the time because I remember thinking, why am I still doing this? And I saw a post from someone I barely talk to anymore. Someone I probably haven't had a real conversation with in like 3 years. And they had just done something. I won't even get specific, but it was one of those milestone things. The kind of thing that gets 40 comments saying, "So proud of you." And instead of just scrolling past it like a normal person, I did the thing. I did the math. Like actual math, in my head, at midnight. Okay, they're 23. I'm 22. So by the time I'm 23, I should have... And I caught myself mid-sentence doing this insane calculation about my own life based on someone whose day-to-day I know literally nothing about. I don't know what their rent is. I don't know if they're happy. I don't know what they had to go through to get there, or what they're still struggling with that just doesn't make it into a caption. But none of that mattered in the moment. All that mattered was the number in my head that said I was behind. And it didn't stop there. That's the part that actually scared me a little. Because once you start doing that math with one person, you don't stop. I laid there for probably another 40 minutes just going through people, person after person, building this whole imaginary leaderboard in my head where everyone I knew had a little number next to their name, and I was trying to figure out where I ranked. Which is insane when you actually say it out loud. I was ranking my entire life against people based on 9 seconds of curated highlight reel that they chose to post. And the worst part, honestly, is that some of those people I was comparing myself to, I later found out were going through stuff I had no idea about. Someone whose big promotion post I obsessed over for a week, I found out months later they hated that job and left it. Someone whose relationship looked perfect online was actually falling apart the same month they posted the anniversary photo. I'm not saying this to be like, see, everyone's secretly miserable, feel better. That's not the point either. The point is, I was building an entire scoreboard for my life using information that wasn't even true. The turning point for me wasn't some big realization where I suddenly felt fine about everything. It was smaller and kind of embarrassing, actually. I just got tired, like physically tired of doing the math. I remember one day just thinking, I have done this exact spiral probably 500 times this year, and not one single time has it made me do anything productive. Not once did comparing myself to someone at midnight make me apply for a job, or save money, or call someone I love. It just made me feel like garbage, and then I'd fall asleep anxious. That was the entire outcome, every single time. Feel bad, fall asleep, wake up, repeat. So I started asking myself one question whenever I caught myself doing it. Just one. Does this person's timeline actually affect my life? Not, am I doing okay? Not, should I feel proud of myself? Just that one specific question. Does their thing happening change anything about my actual day? And almost every single time, the honest answer was no. It didn't pay my bills. It didn't fix anything I was working on. It didn't move me forward or backward one single inch. It was just noise that I had voluntarily turned into a verdict on my own life. And once I actually sat with that, something shifted. Not overnight, I want to be clear about that, because I don't want to stand here and pretend I fixed a whole personality trait in one night of realizations. It's still hard sometimes. I still open the app and still feel that little drop in my stomach sometimes when I see something. But now there's a second where I catch it, where I go, oh, there's the math again, and I just don't finish the equation. I let the feeling happen and then I let it pass, instead of building an entire staircase out of it and walking myself down into a bad night. The other thing that actually helped, and this sounds small, but it wasn't, is I started asking what behind was even measuring. Behind by what standard? Whose timeline was I supposed to be following exactly? Because when you actually try to answer that question, there's no answer. There's no official 20 schedule that says by 23 you should have the job, by 25 the relationship, by 27 the house. That schedule doesn't exist anywhere, except in the comparisons we build for ourselves out of other people's highlight reels. Everyone's just making it up as they go. They're just not posting the parts where they're making it up.
I think about that night a lot, actually. Laying there doing math about a life I don't even know the full story of. And I think about how many hours, genuinely, how many hours of my life I've spent ranking myself against people who probably aren't even thinking about me at all. That's the part that gets me now. The people I was comparing myself to weren't in a race with me. They didn't even know the race existed. I made up the whole competition by myself, and I was the only one losing. So if you're in that spot right now, if you just closed an app and did the math on your own life a few minutes ago, I'm not going to tell you to stop comparing yourself, because I already told you that doesn't work. I'll just tell you what I told myself. Nobody's actually ahead. They're just further along in a race you never agreed to run. If this is where you're at right now, hit subscribe. I talk about this kind of stuff a lot. I'll see you in the next one.